Good day and welcome to the dining room table. Will President Biden finally speak with New York City Mayor Eric Adams personally regarding the asylum seeker crisis and New York City's public safety? Please subscribe, like, and share. So here is New York City Mayor Eric Adams' weekly press briefing. Where approved members of the press can come and ask him whatever they want. They have the media. He has the his team there, his senior team there, excuse me. He also will have his legal counsel if there's questions that he cannot answer because of pending cases, and it's every week. So this particular question is about the last time he has spoken to President Biden. And this is going to shock you to hear that. It's also about him getting ready to go to Washington, D.C. to continue talking about the asylum seeker crisis and the need for um, money and changes and help and everything included with that. He has not spoken to President Biden personally. New York State Governor Kathy Hochul went to Washington, D.C. She didn't speak to President Biden personally. They spoke with his senior staff. And that is so strange because I'll tell you this, there is someone else that President Biden meets with regularly and brings out the red carpet for and the fine china for, and I'll put that in a whole nother video. What's also strange is that New York City Mayor Eric Adams, uh, was titled the Biden of Brooklyn. February 2022, President Biden came to New York City. They was speaking about gun violence, and they were all over New York City. And New York City Mayor Eric Adams spoke about riding in the Beast, the president's car. So, what happened? When will they speak? Will they speak at this coming trip to Washington, D.C., his 10th trip? Let's hear from New York City Mayor Eric Adams.
DC, we always announce what the schedule is going to be the day before. We're going to do it this time. I'm sure DM Levy is going to do that. The second question is that you ask about the president. I have not communicated with the president since I think earlier this year. Was the last time I communicated with him, either earlier this year or late last year, around the same time. Same time. And your second question, I'm sorry.
That's a long time. That's a long time for the president of the United States not to be speaking with the mayor of New York City. This is New York City. You have the FBI doing hearings about um, possible terrorist attacks, God forbid. So, why you have September 11th? Um, why aren't they communicating and meeting? Yes, it's not just them. There are agencies, there are departments, there are, senior staff, but these leaders should be communicating.
And you're right, this is the 10th trip. And, what I've learned in government, that what you don't accomplish on one conversation, you have to keep repeating and continue to show the evidence of the things that you're asking for. And that's the goal here. Our Director of Intergovernmental Affairs is coordinating the trip, setting up the meetings. And as I indicated Wednesday, we will release exactly who we're going to meet with. But the goal is to constantly go there, be front and center, and raise the concerns.
The goal is to meet with President Biden. And of course, like I said, there's a senior staff, but for President Biden not to be meeting with the mayor of New York City, the governor of New York State, with all that we're going through, to the point where services, uh, public services, are being cut. this is important. This is, if you live in New York City, if you live in New York State, if you live in the United States, you want to pay attention to this. No matter with the mayor or the governor, or when will he meet with them, while we go through an asylum seeker crisis to the point where services are being cut, while we're going through what the FBI is like frightening to say, and there's no communication right there.
Of how this is impacting our city, and that's the goal. The Intergovernmental Affairs is communicating with all the parties that are involved in Washington, D.C., that have a major impact on what's taking place here in New York City.